Hello and welcome. This is going to be a zodiac specific reading, bonus Lionsgate portal. Let's go ahead and see who you are. Virgo. Virgo, let's see. We're going to start out with this spicy deck that I have that's new. It is a couples edition. It has some swears on it. I hope you will not be offended by that. And if it's not a couple situation that you're having issue with, you can apply this in other ways. We'll try to stretch those messages as we need. Thank you for joining. It says, leave some shit to the imagination and laugh effers. Don't let the BS make you bitter. Okay. So it kind of seems like if you're sensing or listening to or being subjected to somebody's BS, whether that's treatment words or situational, or even on the world stage, something you find as BS, don't let it make you bitter, and let it invoke an inspiration in you to figure out what it's asking you to do with yourself. And it says leave something to the imagination. So perhaps don't get caught up in telling everybody what you think about every little thing necessarily, even if that's on a one-to-one. It's like, and your mom addresses you funny type stuff. Let's not go there. Shit's not always about you. It isn't personal. Yeah, it's one of the 4 agreements. Don't take it personally. What people do belongs to them. What they say and think and project is often an element of themselves. Like, just because somebody doesn't get up and spend 15 hours every day at an office or slaving away in the hot sun in the fields like back in the day doesn't mean that they don't have a work ethic. There are very many different types of jobs and ways of being that are equally as productive, but not as demanding. And so getting into like what somebody says about us, it's like also for those who just need that reminder, if somebody is working 15-hour days every day and coming back and you're somebody who has gotten yourself to a point where you've done your thing for the day and you've done this and this and this, you lead this balanced life, they may become resentful because they're not able or willing to balance their life. They've chosen to do this with their work. And so therefore they're like, well, you're indulgent or lazy or whatever. Flip and reverse, apply it in other ways if you need. But often when somebody is looking down their nose at you, it's because either you represent a part of themselves that they applaud or reject, celebrate or reject. They need you. You need them. So yeah, we need people to kind of remind us of who other people are out there, as well as to, maybe we do feel like, well, maybe I could have done a little more of this or a little more of that, or maybe we need them to just, say this so that we can say, I'm happy that I have this balanced life and I appreciate where you're at, but maybe you should look at giving yourself a break instead of telling me to get to work, right? So let's see, Virgo, what's the other side say? Yeah, say that shit again, louder. And this one on the other side says, you are not being heard. So it isn't personal. This person is in a loop. And this talking about sending a pic. So on this card, I think the send a pic is something like talking about getting romantic in that way. But in the moment, it's like if you're not being heard, I mean, this could even be in a professional environment, like on a committee and everybody's talking over each other. It isn't personal, right? It isn't your personal issue, but your voice isn't being heard over everybody else, blah, blah, blah. And so maybe a picture can speak 1,000 words. Like if everybody's like, oh, it isn't so bad, isn't so bad. And then you come up with this picture that's like, well, this is what it really is. And they're like, oh, you know, giving a demonstration, giving some type of example that speaks volumes, right? Turning up the volume on something, having somebody with a personal experience. I was trying to get a reaction. So yeah, somebody trying to get a reaction and needing to raise your voice here. Maybe somebody trying to get you to argue with them. And so they're bringing up all kinds of information that really has no bearing or leverage. So don't let it get under your skin. This may be somebody, a Libra involved, or you have Libra placements. That's also where we have the South Node at this time in astrology. And the South Node represents where we've come from, the things that are kind of part of us that might also represent some of our backsliding into patterns or things that are skills that we just kind of take in stride or for granted because they're just so much of a part of us. But it's also talking about, again, with the skills that are a part of us, that we have the capacity to perhaps balance out a situation, to bring justice to a situation, to get a reaction, perhaps with a picture, to be heard. Somebody needs freedom. And there's a retreat perhaps underway. And on this retreat card, we also have neglect, fear, aversion, rejection, pride, ego, abandonment. So some of these old wounds, this South Node comes up for a reason. So when there is a retreat necessary, perhaps it engages some type of attachment energy or self-doubt, where you're worried if you're being rejected, if you will be accepted by others, or feeling abandoned or left alone. Again, not personal. Needing freedom here is something that can help you to gain perspective. It may bring up the need to process this rising emotional with the grief and depression card here, and reassess your reasons for busyness, prioritize your goals. So again, with that person that perhaps is working too hard and becoming resentful, even of children, you know, you're at work all day, taking orders from a boss perhaps in some people's lives, and then you come home and then you're trying to run your household and maybe your kids aren't even listening to you, and you're like, you know what? I'm the boss here, you know, something like that. And so this go, go, go needs to be balanced, and your goals, your true goals, your heart's passion, and your hobbies need to also be given time. And you also need to liberate yourself from the illusion that you have to do all of these things every day, and to carve out some time that is just for you, for personal expression, to leave this environment, whether it's home, work, or so on, to grant yourself permission to take a break from this pressure and to go out and be who you are and were, beyond the roles and the hats and the responsibilities that you wear. True north, I feel you are my destiny. So now we're getting into that Aryan North Node, which I'll show you also on this I Need Freedom. I've written here the signs of Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aries, and the planet Uranus, which is currently in Taurus. So it feels like you're getting back to your true north here. And then we have this golden light code activation. So it must be part of your needful moment to get out into nature and to reconnect in that way, to overcome these lower vibrational South Node habit patterns of control, power, insecurity, jealousy, codependence, possessiveness, any of that mess that needs to be worked out. Getting out into nature, taking in some sun will help you to kind of get those light codes activated in your body and in your system. Maybe you need some vitamin D. Again, check with somebody that knows more about medical and about your personal situation. Not myself. I'm not medically trained. This is just for entertainment. You all know that though. Seven of Roses, the journey. So yeah, you might be needing to pack up and take a little trip, even if that's just going to the beach for the day, going on a hike, taking a longer journey, maybe even a business trip. But make sure to pack something in your business trip that is going to be something that's just for you, whether that's your workout or whether that's going out for a nice dinner or whatever is your thing. Five of Scrolls, diversity. Yeah, you need to get out and kind of be your own person and explore something and change up your scene, because something here is so frustrating, and it's really made you feel what's this feeling that I'm getting? It's feelings of obligation and like being a servant or a slave to your situation or to the chaos around you. Maybe you just need a good book to at 11:11 to really get into either something educational that can help you get back into hobbies or to reinforce your spirituality, or a book of fiction that can help you to reinforce your ideas of, who knows, romance or adventure or seeing distant shores, different timelines that resonate. Take a journey with a good book, perhaps. Somebody sitting in a bathtub, candlelight, rose petals, and essential oils. The divine physician. It looks like the powers that be on the other side are gathering here and trying to help you heal physically, mentally, emotionally, especially in the home. And they want to support you as a child. I'm hearing a child of God. Don't shoot the messenger. It doesn't have to be religious. It's about being able to get, again, sitting in the sun. Maybe you need to have a picnic with your children, something wholesome and different, diversions, and to let the light codes come in to restore your light in yourself here. So let's see, let's get a couple more oracle cards and then we're gonna let you go. All right, Virgo, you've got time is popping out. Ever wonder what would make life's fleeting pain and sorrow totally and unquestionably worth it? How about living forever wildly in love and loved wildly? You have so much to look forward to, the universe. Yeah, so what makes life's journey worth it is actually being diverse in our approaches, balancing our life, balancing our schedule to make time for love. You've got the time to schedule in your self-healing and your research and your hobbies. And then we have underneath here, we see they chose you. So we did have that rejection, abandonment card here and some issues coming up, some sadness. So maybe you're in a separation or some type of distance. Maybe somebody has had to take a journey away from you for some reason. But during this time of absence, you've got the time to balance out your own emotional needs, to soothe yourself, to work with the spirit in such a way to help you heal. So yeah, this person, whether it's the existing or this next person that's going to come in for you, this next situation is choosing you, you will be chosen. Or maybe you identify with being somebody as one of the chosen ones to go through this and to then activate yourself in such a way that then you are going out and being the light. So you are chosen in some way. So don't be misled. Don't get caught up thinking that things are personal in this grief and depression, but seek for your healing. All right, let's see. Polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It's time for you to get out there, claim what's yours, and to stay in your power. And also setting up parameters, assess your relationships, and determine how they're aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships and environment and all the people that you come in contact with. So, yeah, it looks like there is a need for you to kind of push back from something, create some space and time for your own inner healer and healing journey, and to make a polite declaration to this effect that you deserve this time to yourself and that you deserve to be the master of your own journey in this life, and that no one should put their projections out onto you about how you should utilize your time. But we can all make suggestions for the health of other individuals, but it's up to us to choose that for ourselves. So I hope that that helped. I hope you were able to get a meaningful message from that. I hope that you have an incredible and empowering Lion's Gate. And if you resonated with this message, do please consider like, share, subscribe. Hitting those buttons really helps the channel to grow and to get those messages out, and it's free. So take good care of yourself. Until next time, Virgo.